Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to It's So Real
with your boy Oso
and your girl Rocqi.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the show.
Yes, thank you for sticking with us. I know we've been missing a couple weeks here and there, but vaccines. So
Word. So we're both officially fully vaccinated.
Hey.
Yeah, whatever that means to you, listener out there, however you feel about it. But
I'm gonna be out here this summer.
We out here. We out here now.
Speaking of me being out here, I will be going back to Maryland in June to see my family. I'm so excited. It'll be my nephew's high school graduation. Yes.
Congratulations to him.
That being said, we may not be doing some weeks in June as far as the podcast is concerned, but we will still be uploading videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out and subscribe.
Please do. Get the numbers up.
Yes. And remember, I started my Becoming a Feminine Woman series on my personal YouTube channel, LifeIsRocqi. So please subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when I premiere new content in that series.
Right.
All right. Without further ado, as MTR says.
Without further ado.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to today's show. Today's show is Ugly Truth and Beautiful Lies.
Okay.
All right. So this show was inspired by a question from our audience.
Yes. Does this person want to be identified?
I said it would be anonymous.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And yes, please reach out to us if you have questions. We're definitely open. Remember, we're two therapists.
Right.
You know.
This is a prime opportunity to ask us stuff. But if you don't, it's up to you. But we're about to show you why you probably should.
Exactly. And also why sometimes a video response is needed and not just a written response. Like sometimes you gotta break shit down,
right.
you know?
And we love doing video responses. Especially for me, I would always choose that over typing in the comments.
Yes, definitely for us. So. I'm a writer.
Nah.
But even sometimes it's yeah. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Hey, thanks for the videos. I don't have many people to talk to about this. I'm curious you all's opinion. I'm a man and been with a new and fantastic woman for a few weeks. Would you come out now and hope she's cool, or wait until it gets serious so if it does bother her, she already likes, hopefully, me for me? I'm going to tell her. I don't think it's fair or honest to just not. So this was in regards to one of our bisexual content videos. So just to reiterate, this man seems to be bisexual or queer identified.
Right.
And he's with a woman, and he's wondering when he should come out. Whether it's sooner or later, hoping that she likes him for him.
Right.
All right. So let's flip that coin. In our extended Two Sides of the Same Coin episode.
Okay, let's do it.
And then we'll see who answers first. Did you call it?
Nah. I just flipped it. I don't know why I thought you called it.
Heads.
Heads? Damn.
Hey!
Now I want you to go first this time. I want to answer this.
All right, go ahead. Mr. Couples Therapist.
Oh, for real? All right, let's do it.
I will remind you that I'm the bisexual one of the It's a Real podcast.
I know.
But I'm curious as to your thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to let you go. I mean, you won, and, you have the perspective that would probably be more relevant to him than me. Because
I'm also a woman, so.
Yeah, you're also a woman. So that's why I was going to. I only said that in jest, so go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, ladies first.
Okay. Tell her now. All right, let me break it down.
I wanted to break down. I think we got the same answer, but I want to hear her break down.
Okay. So one, did you see Love is Blind on Netflix when the guy was bisexual and didn't say anything to the woman until after they were engaged?
Yo.
And she was pissed?
I didn't see that, but I saw them clips.
I saw it. And, there was a lot of controversy around that because obviously it's like biphobia, homophobia, black bisexual men, and it's you already know in the community it's an issue, right? Yeah. So what I got from her was she was like, how are we getting, I mean, I know you're not about to get engaged to this girl, but bear with me. She was like, I got engaged with you because I thought I knew you, but you were hiding a part of you to me. So, like, what else are you hiding about yourself? And if you don't feel comfortable being yourself with me up front, why should I feel comfortable with you? How is this going to be a good relationship, a good marriage, if you don't feel comfortable coming to me? So that, I think, was her point. And to your situation, again, thank you for reaching out. But to your situation, like, yes, if this is you, show her who you are. There's no shame. There's no hiding it. This is who you are. And she either accepts it or she doesn't.
Right. And
if you wait, she's going to feel like you lied to her or you omitted information that is needed to know in order to know who you are. And if you are waiting, then there's seemingly some shame there as far as not being accepted. As far as what is your reason to wait? If she likes for you, then you being in the LGBTQ plus community is a part of you. So be upfront with it. And personally for me, I'm just at the door. Like, first date, even before I accepted myself, like when I still identified as a gay rights ally or gay rights advocate, I think was the term back then. But an ally today terms. Even then, first date, I was asking them how they felt about the LGBTQ plus community, because if I have kids, like we're not bringing that discrimination up in my household. So I need to know on the first date how you feel. Now, unconsciously, that was because I'm bisexual and I needed to know where they stood. You know?
It's coming out.
Right? But I do...
Get it?
Shut up. I do see that there is a difference as far as the treatment of black bisexual men versus black bisexual women. I do get that. And again, I think that's why it's better to tell her sooner rather than later. Because, yeah, you don't want it to be like you're hiding that information or you're ashamed of it or you can't be yourself with her. Like, be open and honest and upfront. All right, over to you.
Okay, so I agree with all of that. Basically, you do need to tell the truth and you need to let her know exactly what's going on for you when it comes to your sexuality, because that is a huge part of you. And for the more than any other reason, it shows a level of character about her. So I know it feels like you're on the defense and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should expose this to this other person. But in actuality, they need to prove themselves to you that they can handle your truth.
Good
and you
point,
being...
baby.
Yeah, because this is who you are. Exactly. So if they can't handle that, then that shows their character. So you need to actually flip your perspective.
That you don't want to choose them.
Right. You don't want to choose somebody who can't accept you
for who you are.
Right. Because that shows that their character is a little bit off and that y'all aren't aligned on certain things. And one of them being your sexuality, which is huge, you know.
Even if you're monogamous. Like, that's still something to accept about you. It's still part of you.
Right. So that's the thing that I would say. Like, I agree with everything else you said. I'll just add on that little piece at the end where it's like flipping your perspective, because, yeah, someone who can't accept you and your sexuality, who you're dating and you already are vibing with, that just shows that there's a flaw in their character or a growth area where they need to do some work. And if they're not willing to do that, then, hey, if they are... and it's a process and you feel like it's worth going through that process, that's a whole other story. And we could do another video about that. If the follow-up happens, you tell them and they actually are that way. But if you tell them and they aren't receptive and they aren't like, oh, yeah, okay, I can understand that. Like, we're still on the same page. I still vibe with you. You still vibe with me. Then that shows something about their character. And you have to just be like, yo, that's not for me.
You could also point her in the direction of our bi pride episode, as well as how to date a bisexual woman, even though that doesn't really apply to men. Let's see, LGBTQ plus and ally, homosexuality. No, it wasn't that. It was hyper masculinity and homophobia, part 1 and part 2. All our black and queer episodes, basically. Point her in that direction.
Right. Because we went over a lot of things where... we discuss
and I'll put topics. That link in the description box below.
But yeah, that's my advice. I hope it helps. I hope it works out. Too. But yes, bottom line, be honest, because you can't lose in that situation. You either find out that you're with somebody who's not compatible with you, which means you aren't wasting your time, which is actually a good thing.
Yes.
Or you find out that you're with somebody who accepts you and loves you, or could potentially love you. I don't want to throw that pressure on y'all vibing. I don't know what stage of the relationship you are in. Use the L word, but you know, I don't know how it is. But somebody who potentially at least accepts you for who you are at this stage of your relationship and your connection.
And if you want to know how to bring it up, I think you were actually, we were doing a role play and you were talking about how to bring it up.
Oh man,
do you remember that?
I do not. But do we have the footage of it?
No, we were just talking.
We were just talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
But while you think of that,
okay.
I would also say, like, if you don't want to just straight up come out and you want to test the waters, next month is Pride Month. A great month to be like,
it's true.
Hey, curious as to your thoughts. I see this going on. What do you think about this? Just to test the waters and see where she is outside of y'all. Just, you know, how she thinks about the community, how she thinks about queer men, things like that.
Yeah. But yeah, bottom line, tell the truth, live your truth.
Yes.
It's worth you being honest, not only to her, but to yourself.
Yes.
And living that, like, out loud and proud.
Out proud, baby.
No, it's better that way.
But yeah, I think when we were talking about this, you were like, using your charisma.
I don't know, man. I just be coming up with stuff, so I'm not even sure, like, what the
It doesn't have to be, like, you going back. You could refresh it. So how would you tell a woman that you're a bisexual man?
Okay, so I'm a bisexual. All right, hold on. Let me get into...
Character.
I don't know what the character is, because I think I would still be the same dude. Yes. But let me get into that space. All right.
See.
Well, I'm up front as a motherfucker, so shit. We're already vibing. I'm gonna say, like, listen, we need to talk. I feel like we're at a stage in our relationship where I want us to be completely honest, because I want us to go further in our connection. So in order for me to do that, I need to be honest about one specific thing that I'm not sure how you'll feel about it. But depending on your response, I'll know how far this connection will go. I know that's a lot of pressure, but I just want to let you know that I feel very connected to you. There's no hard feelings, if it is, whatever it is. But I just wanted to let you know that I am enjoying your company up until this point. But I do need to tell you this thing, and yeah, your response will, you know, we'll work it out from there. So what I want to tell you is that I'm very much attracted to you. I'm attracted to women so much. So much. This is a straight part of me coming out. A little too much. All right.
But, he's like, I'm straight all the way.
Right. It came out a little too much, y'all. Sorry. Back in character. All right. But I'm also attracted to men. Dun, dun, dun.
Don't do the dun-duns.
Yeah, don't do that. That's just me, you know.
Being a goofy.
Yes.
Why I love him.
So, painting a picture.
He has
for,
theme
you know what I
songs.
mean? Painting a picture for the people. Right? I'm working on my storytelling. So that's how I would go about telling her. Now, if she reacts, I'll go through the situations. Like, let's say she reacts, "Oh wow, like I didn't expect that," but I don't have a problem with that. Can we talk more about it? Like, do you feel the need to have sex with men right now?
Yeah,
and then you can talk about that.
A lot of
conversation
bisexual people are thought to not be monogamous, and even though I am polyamorous, a lot of bisexual people are monogamous. So just if you're like in the ethical non-monogamy community, talk about that too. Time to bring it up. But if you are monogamous, then yeah, you can just like, yeah, no, it's, you know, about the person I'm with.
Yeah.
So
but the other scenario, if she says, "What? You already know what's coming." I'm not gonna say it, but you know what's coming.
Yeah, it's the bi part gets totally taken out, and it's suddenly
what?
gay.
You gay?
Yeah. Yeah. Then you know what choice you need to make for yourself, and that you don't need her. Because who has time? I sure as hell don't. Nah.
That's my impersonation of somebody who's very ignorant. And
I mean, that's also why, like, I don't really seek out lesbian women because they have such biphobic views of bi women. So, yeah, you need somebody who accepts you for you. And don't change for nobody. Be yourself.
That's a little too deep in the community. I'm in shallow waters. I dip my toe. I don't know nothing about that.
We talked about it on our Bi Pride episode, so check that out. But all right, are we done with the question?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully this helps you out,
Yes.
man. Thank you so much for commenting,
Yes.
for trusting us and even asking the question. And I really wish you the best of luck.
Yes.
And
hopefully it goes well.
Hopefully it goes well, man. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it will no matter what, because you will be true to yourself.
Right. Like we talked about. So you'll be good.
But that being said, you inspired a whole episode. So,
right. So we're about to get the rest of this episode. Thank you so much.
All right. Ugly truth and beautiful lies.
Right.
So our second question that we created. Have you ever been lied to in a relationship?
Okay.
Wait, flip it. It's gone.
It's not gone. It's just incognito, bro.
It's a nickel, so it's really gone. I
I'm
lost the other
about
coins.
to flip my phone.
Here it is, baby.
Okay, there it is. I knew it all along. It's magic. Ta-da.
So tragic. Call it.
Tails. God damn.
Yes, I have been motherfucking lied to in a fucking relationship. Good God. Okay, first, my bad. Mike Tyson. I only really remember one specific person who was lying, but he made up for all the others because he was a pathological liar. So he lied for no damn reason about the smallest shit. And I'm like, why the fuck are you even lying? There's no point. And I'm gonna find out. The fuck? And it was really irritating. And I think I broke up with him because of it. So, yeah, I've been fucking lied to. And that was now a red flag for every other relationship. I need honesty. Up front. Not no omission. Up front, transparent honesty. You are forthcoming with the information. I don't gotta find out shit. What about you? Have you ever been lied to in a relationship?
That would be a hell yeah. So I've been lied to a lot of times in a relationship. But of course, I'm going to talk about my ex.
That bitch. I mean, go ahead with the story.
Yeah, a little spicy. But yeah, she lied. All water under the bridge.
Oh, it's water under the bridge, all right. Sorry, I'm having a moment.
Where is this coming from?
I don't know. I have a lot of energy. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. I'm like, damn. She not even like she nowhere around. Like I ain't talked to her since. So he's like, you ain't no opportunity. You like about to see her around the corner. Like, what's up? But
well, hopefully she's grown from that.
yeah, I really hope she does, or it has grown from that. Like that would be great. I really hope she's not in the same place. But anyways, she lied to me several times and cheated. So that was like the big breakup that happened. I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing right now. But I think that lie set up all the truths I wanted to tell for the rest of my life. Because I
really
literally... Because I saw like just how negative of a relationship that was, where you actually lying. Like I don't lie to Raquel.
And I don't lie to you.
Yeah, like it's just...
Who
it's so
has
healthy.
the energy to lie?
It's
like,
so healthy when you don't have to.
Because if you have one lie, you gotta have another lie to cover up that lie. Because we figure shit out. Like
it's tragic.
Like yeah.
So that I've been lied to in a relationship in that way. Yeah, for sure.
Next question.
Okay. Flip it.
I'm gonna call it
Tails. I'm gonna stop calling Tails. God damn it.
All right, I'm gonna just pass it to you.
Like damn, I can't. My luck is just not on my side, so you gotta make luck for me.
Yes. Have you ever lied in a relationship?
I may have lied to my ex.
Ooh, what you lie about?
So I lied to my ex too. I cheated as well. So you know what I mean.
You told me about this.
Yeah, I ain't absolved of all things. But that taught me another lesson as well. It's like,
first of all, there are levels to cheating.
There are levels to cheating for sure. Like, her level was on some
other shit.
On some, I'm gonna write a book about it shit, literally.
Stay tuned. Smart love. 2 T's.
2 T's. But yeah, I lied about sleeping with another woman. Literally, just sleeping.
Laying in the
bed. But we didn't do anything sexual. And like, we ain't, have no fingering, no eating.
It was more
nothing.
sensual.
It was sensual. I'll say that. So more like cuddling more than anything else. But I lied about it. I was like, what? Her? What you talking about? Ain't nothing going on between me and that girl. I already knew that. Girl, I'm blind. I ain't know what you're talking about. I was lying my ass
So
off.
why'd you lie?
Why did I lie? Because I thought she would read more into it. Because I knew I was done after that moment. Because I didn't want to do anything else. Because I was like, that was kind of close. I almost went against my own boundary. Like, I'm done. And I remember, I don't know where I got this advice from. It's really stupid. It has some merit to it, but it's really stupid because a lot of people don't have discipline. So the advice was, and I don't abide by this, once again, disclaimer. If you cheat on someone but you have no intentions on doing it again, don't tell her.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah, it's stupid advice. Because once you cheat one time, most likely you're going to cheat another time.
You didn't open the door.
Right. So, the fact that you ain't had discipline the first time means that you probably want discipline going forward. So, that's why it doesn't really work out. It would have worked out for me because I was leaving and I was never going to see that girl ever again.
That's true.
But still, it was bad advice. And I couldn't even hold it in, my nice guy ass. I was like, I got to tell you something. Baby, I lied. I was in the bed. She was kind of like half naked. I was kind of like half naked. We just cuddling and shit. And she was like, went off on my ass. But a story for another day. We'll get to it later. Your turn.
And this is why I'm in an ethically non-monogamous relationship. Because if you want to be with other people, fine. Just tell me. That's all I need. Like, just tell me. Have I ever lied in a relationship?
Dun, dun, dun. Damn, she got a list. She got a phone out. She got a whole list, y'all.
I was looking to see if I wrote anything down, and I didn't because I had to think about that.
I had to guess it up.
So I'm a very honest person. Like, I really it's not in me to lie. Like, unless I was a child trying to get away from shit with my parents, but even then I didn't like lying. And then they fostered an environment of trust.
Which is good.
Yeah, so the more I was open with them, the more privilege I had. Yeah. So I was able to go to parties and tell my parents exactly where I was going, and I still had a curfew, and even if I was gonna be late to the curfew, just let them know. We had a big environment of trust and honesty. So I didn't it wasn't in me to lie. If I didn't have that at home, it really wasn't in me to lie in my relationships for what? Yeah. So I can't really recall a time that was I lied and it was significant. I can't really recall because I'd rather just be upfront. It seems like a waste of energy to me to lie when I could just be honest. Regardless of their response to whatever I was going to lie about, they're going to find out about it. I'd rather them know. To me, lying taints a relationship. So I'd rather not do that. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next question.
Tails.
I thought you said you were going to stop calling Tails.
I know, but then I thought as soon as I said that it was going to be Tails because I said that. So then I tried to,
All right, well, I'm going to just pass it back to you because you're not winning this round. This is all my wins. All my wins.
Bro, luck is not on my side,
it's
bro.
Really not.
What's happening?
I don't know. It's that damn nickel. All right.
Right. Ain't nobody... See, you ain't supposed to be flipping no damn nickels.
Well, where my quarter at? He done lost that too.
Look, things happen, all right? Mm-hmm. Corner store right there.
All right. Is there ever a good time to lie in a relationship?
Hell yeah.
Tell me about it.
When your partner cannot handle the truth at that particular moment, and it is inopportune to tell the truth when you can tell the truth at another time. But as long as you plan on and are proactive about actually telling the truth later on when it might be a better time. That is the only time I think is good to lie. And those are, I'm talking about like little lies or like things where it concerns like, it's nothing major. Like you don't want to lie about anything like major.
So give an example.
Let's say your partner is starting to play an instrument. Right?
My baby's learning the guitar.
Right. And it's like, when you first learn an instrument, you ain't that great. So
I walk away.
You know what I mean? But I'm like maybe 3 or 4 months in now, so I'm gotten a lot better than I was. But yeah, when you first start, you suck like everybody else.
I understood that you were learning.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like that's a good example. Like you can lie.
Baby, how do I sound?
You doing good. You making progress. Say something like that versus saying, "Man, you are terrible. This is not it. You should stick to piano." Like that would be.
But you still want to be encouraging, mind you. This is in your relationship,
right? That's what I'm saying. You lying.
I mean, yes.
Yep. So that's my perfect example. Make sense?
It does.
Yep. Because you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything like for real that's wrong, and you're planning on intentionally telling the truth later on when someone's in a better emotional state.
Oh, got you. So don't kick them when they're down.
Yeah. Or when you know, like, especially if you know your partner, you know that they might need encouragement in that moment. Mm-hmm. You should lie in that moment and then maybe tell the truth later.
I don't even, like, you don't have to lie. Like, it doesn't have to be the opposite of the truth. It just doesn't have to be the full truth.
I think anything that's not a full truth is a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you look at
half-truths and omission and all that shit.
Yeah, if you look at it the other way, it's like lies in just different forms.
But
so that's what I'm saying. It's a soft. It's not about big things.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
but even with your example of like you progressing, like that is true.
That is true. But that's what I'm saying. It's masked in like.
I would say.
So if I say how's my playing, you're not gonna say you're progressing. That's not the actual answer to the question.
And that's what I was saying. Maybe you don't answer the question. You answer the question that you want to answer. So like
I would say that's.
So does it sound good? And the response deserves a yes or no, but you don't give a yes or no. You say it's progressing. Truth, but I didn't answer your question. I answered the question that I wanted to answer because I wanted to be truthful.
Right.
Boom with it. Come with me.
But in the same sense, it's still like you're misdirecting the question.
Whatever.
Lying.
It's not lying. I'm answering my question.
Not technically lying, but it's in the realm of like not answering the question, lying.
I'm not answering your question. I'm answering the question that I want to answer honestly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It works, but it's not the truth.
It's my truth.
It's not the truth when it comes to the answer to the question.
I answer your question.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a good technique though. It's a good technique. That's why I say like, yo, it's all right in some cases.
So the big one that usually presents itself, the big example, is when women ask their male partners if they're fat.
Lie. Fellas, look at me. Connect with me. Lie.
So this is where I would say that's a yes or no question. Don't answer that question. Answer the question you wanna.
I'm trying to tell you.
You wanna ask. So.
I'm trying to tell you.
So instead of a yes or no, it could be you look good to me, baby. Like.
Fellas, lie.
If that's true, then that's your truth. Now, however, I was gaining weight, and what are some of the things I didn't ask you? But what are some of the things
you offered?
Oh,
I'm honest. I'm
You
honest.
offered to say to me. What was
I'm
some
like,
of
yo,
those?
baby, hey, your ass is fat. But other things are, developing as well.
He was gentle with it.
So, I kept telling her, like, yo, work out. Let's work out. Let's work
Oh,
out. Let's
yeah,
work out.
you
Let's
tried
work
to
out.
get me
Let's
to
work
work out
Let's
with
work
you.
Let's work out. Let's
Yeah,
work out. Let's
you
work out. Let's
did.
work out. Let's work out. Let's work out. I can keep going on and on and on. That's how many times I had to ask.
And I just had to work out by myself. I had to figure out what I wanted to do to work out by myself and then do that.
She had to have her whole coming to,
Yes.
like an epiphany moment. Like, just,
Check out my episode on my Becoming a Feminine Woman series on Life is Rocqi. I'll put the link in the description box below. Body positivity versus attraction. Men want fit and sexy women.
It's true.
So check that out. But yeah, so I did hear what you were saying and I did see it. It just took me a while to figure out my process. But I thank you for being gentle with it.
Yeah. Like, if you're with somebody and y'all are honestly, you really do consider yourself partners, then you're not going to try to tear them down and be malicious about anything. So, that's not the way, that's not how you do shit anyways.
Mm-hmm. And if it is, why are you in a relationship with that person?
Right. But yeah, fellas, lies. I'm
Gosh.
just kidding.
Okay, so I thought of another example where a lot of women lie
Go ahead.
about their orgasms. They fake them.
You definitely shouldn't lie about that.
And I'm like,
fucking up the
I
whole
never, ever understood that.
You're fucking up the whole game.
Because I'm like, 1, I don't get satisfied. 2, he thinks he satisfied me. 3, the next woman he thinks he's satisfied probably gonna fake it too. So then nobody wins. Except him, who's making sure he's satisfied. So I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm having sex because I want to be satisfied. So let me speak up. Speak my truth. Sex isn't over. Hello. Round 2.
Yeah, okay. Some people don't got round 2 in them. Round 2 is all in the first clip.
Fortunately, I've been with guys who were good round 2.
I said some people.
Well, we gonna take a breather and then you gonna come back at it because you ain't going to sleep. Anyway,
What kind of shit is this?
I'm not satisfied. You need to do some other stuff. A lot of women have clitoral stimulation. Like, you need to do some other stuff. You just getting yours and going to sleep ain't gonna work for this relationship. Even if it's a fuck buddy. Like, why am I fucking you if... No.
Well, yeah.
Tell the truth,
but if
ladies.
it's a one-night
Tell the
stand,
truth.
you can't really say nothing. Because he could be gone. He could be
yeah.
But yeah, in a relationship, I definitely get that. Cause,
But even like friends with benefits or something, like a consistent sex partner. Like,
I don't
speak
understand
up.
that
Like,
shit
I don't,
at all.
What the fuck? The
Why
only
would you-
time I faked the orgasm is when I wanted the sex to stop.
Damn.
That's when because then it was over. So, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's definitely one that women lie about. A lot.
Yeah, but if
To this day.
if the sex is pleasurable, then yes, let's continue, please. Yeah, I never understood why women don't speak up about that. That makes no logical sense to me. Please tell us more in the comments below. Why do you fake orgasms? I don't get it. Again, unless you want the sex to stop, I don't get it. All right, next question.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna flip it?
It's gonna be, just give me the question. Tails.
Why you keep calling tails? Obviously, that's not your number. Alright. Why do some people prefer to be lied to? Oh. I think it's like people don't want to do the work in hearing what they don't want to hear. Like, they rather hear what they want to hear and then be mad about it not being true later. I don't get that at all. I was never one of those people. Like, it makes no logical sense to me. It's like, feed my ego. That's basically what it is. Like, tell me a beautiful lie because I don't want to do the work within myself to hear the ugly truth. Why do you prefer beautiful lies? Tell us in the comments below. What are your thoughts?
So the question is, why do some people prefer to be lied to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think some people prefer to be lied to because the lie is a better substitute for their reality. So
the lie is a better substitute for their reality.
right. So if their reality is I'm in shape, or the reality is I'm out of shape rather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of shape. The reality is I'm a novice guitar player. If someone lies to them and says, "Oh my gosh, you're amazing! You're like a prodigy," you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm great." That feels better than, and then that ties into what you were saying, because if you believe the lie and that's the alternative to the reality, because you don't like the reality of the fact that you have to do the work to create the actual reality that you want. And that's what manifestation really is. It's like, but you have to have those thoughts in your head. Like, you have to think like, oh, I am like a motherfucking prodigy. I'm just working it out. Mm-hmm. You have to think that in your head in order to motivate yourself to put in the work, which is the way to manifest you becoming that person. Same thing with working out. You have to be like, okay, I'm not in shape right now, but like, I have an in shape person. You know, like, there's an in shape person right in here. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to work and then put in that work and then manifest. Her. Exactly. But people who buy into the lie and are used to that because they don't challenge their realities, they stay stuck there.
And this is where the whole people aren't committed to growth and people aren't committed to working towards their best versions of self come in. And that's not me. Like, I'm always growing, I'm always learning, I'm always changing. And yeah, sometimes I'm resistant, but eventually, usually a year later, I get with it. And so I gotta experience my emotional process of acceptance. But yes. So I don't like people like, yes, I may be resistant to something, like, again, within that time frame, but people spend their whole life resistant to growth. And I'm like, things are changing whether you like it or not. I don't really get this whole, let me be stubborn about life moving forward when I could just ride this wave, you know? Like, that seems harder to me. Like, choose your hard. All right, last question.
Let's do it.
What lies do we tell ourselves? Now, this one I'm interested in yours. In your thoughts. You don't have to flip it.
I'm flipping it. It's gonna be tails. Let's go!
That is blurry.
Go! Let's go! You see it? You see it?
It looks blurry.
It does look blurry. That's because it's a damn nickel. But it was tails, baby. Let's go. Last question. On me. All day. Luck on my side.
What lies do we tell ourselves?
Well, first lie is that I'm unlucky. Say no, I'm just kidding. What lies do we tell ourselves? I think we tell ourselves the lies that, again, make us feel comfortable and allow us to stay the same person that we are when we know we actually need to change. And a lot of people, whether you're listening or watching, you kind of know when you need to make a change within your life. You know when you want to go in a different direction. But the path towards that direction, either you don't know or you're not willing to sacrifice to put in the work to go through, because you know that path might be difficult. As are almost everything that's worth it. Almost everything that I've done has been difficult, and now I'm at the stage where I'm splitting up the difficulties into days instead of it being like a cram of difficulty all in my life at once, which is kind of stressful. But nonetheless, I have to put in the work in order to get to that end goal that I see within my vision, within alignment of my purpose. So I got to put in that work. Those people who lie to themselves usually either trying to avoid that work or, again, don't know what that path is. So I think that's why we tell ourselves those lies, like, oh, I'm good, or I don't need to do this, or I'll get to it later. That's another lie. Get to it now.
So definitely check out our previous podcast episodes, Emotional Babies and Insecure. I think these really tie into talking about the lies about ourselves. For me, I lie to myself when I want to continue a negative narrative about myself. So I had very low self-esteem when I was young, and I would, especially in middle school, I would repeatedly tell myself that I was never going to get a boyfriend, I was never going to get married,
Sorry about that.
I was never, I wasn't pretty, I wasn't going to have a first kiss, I wasn't going to have sex. Like, I repeatedly told myself this because my reality was showing that it wasn't happening presently. But I took that present to mean it was never going to happen. I didn't have to tell myself those things, and it sure turned out to be false. Hello. But that was the narrative that I told myself. I don't know why to feel bad at myself. Like, maybe, I definitely had the victim mentality for that period. And also in undergrad, I would say, when it wasn't working out with my ex, like, it was definitely just me just spewing in that negative spiral on and on and on. I wasn't catching myself at the top and saying, hey, I don't have to think this way, I could think differently. And maybe that pity party felt good, I don't know. But I also didn't have that much control over it. I've gotten to a place where I have better management over my thoughts, and that's been hard. And it's now like the fork in the road. I can choose to go down that negative spiral and just continue that negative narrative about myself, or I can choose to think more positively, more hopeful, more believing in myself, more accepting the reality, the present, and not being worried about the past or the future. Like, it's now I have more access to how I think about things, whereas in the past I did not. I was definitely, I had some deep cognitive distortions that I'm still working through, but there was no work in my youth. I just started going to therapy in grad school. So yeah. So I'm proud of the work that I've done. And then I'm proud that I'm more honest with myself and I'm more realistic, But yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for today. I gotta go. Yes. I am late for a meeting, family meeting.
Family time. But yeah, short episode today, but we wanted to make sure we got it out to you. And thank you again to the audience member who reached out and asked us that question.
Yes, thank you so much. And all those who are listening, if you felt like that was good advice, guess what? We can answer your questions too. Just send us your questions. Hit us up in the comments below. Just send us some messages. Right. DM us on IG. Yeah. Like, get to us and we will answer your questions. Mm-hmm. We like doing this stuff. It's like not a burden. It's actually a joy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to It's So Real with your girl, Rocqi.
And your boy, Oso.
You have a beautiful day. Take care of you.
All right. We'll catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.
And love.
Always. We out.
Hey, It's So Real family. It's your girl, Rocqi.
And your boy, Oso.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does two very important things. One, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
Every week.
Every week.
And then number two, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real Podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you, subscribe to our podcast, and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
You know? And be sure to subscribe.
Alright, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.